不按说是你们受欧洲国家管理这么长时间，应该是学到了很多先进的管理经验。
哪有多少时间？没多少时间了。我们炒那个要那个国经济啊，很炒。现在是50年了，这几50年那个。就是
50年以前，你不是受他们
50年以前什么都好啊。
是啊，那个先进的影响，那个代代往传下来，越传越文明越发达了，怎么越来越倒退，越落后了？你看这么先进的铁路，我铁路，这是中国啥时候才有电气化铁路的？你看矿区那个铁路，电气化那个双轨铁路，因为架得多好。你看现在顶上那个什么，哎呀，千疮百孔啊，破烂不堪啊！把原有留下的东西根本都没有更加的爱护保护去利用它，反而都遭到了毁灭性的重创，就成这样子的嘛。只有慢慢经过几代人。
Have you seen the challenge that the Chinese man posed to the black man? My name is Erina TL and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know, sometimes change can never occur unless a mindset is challenged, or I think someone cannot be willing to transform unless there is a challenge. I think most changes are triggered by a challenge. Until someone is challenged in the position they are in, they may never see need to change, or they may never see need to transform. And I think that is what exactly. Did you see how this Chinese man challenged this black man? And do you agree or not agree? And that brings me to my point of discussion. We Africans have suffered a lot indeed, words cannot tell. And it's true, we've blamed a lot of people for the situations we've been going through, which is also true, I do not negate. But then I think I want to discuss today is that the more we blame others, we may never have time to pay attention to what we ourselves have done to we. We may never get to pay attention. So all of a sudden we are looking for who to blame for everything happening in our lives. But isn't there a part we are supposed to play? And why aren't we tackling those issues that we are supposed to handle, we as Africans? We are finding it so comfortable blaming everyone else, of which it is true, they have something to contribute in the current state in Africa. But then what of we Africans? What are we doing? At the point where we came low, maybe we're like, okay, even Africans have a role to play. We always blame it to the Africans in the diaspora. We are blaming them for not coming back home. We are blaming them for not developing Africa. But then we who are in Africa, what are we doing about it? What? That's why I'm saying if we are going to continue blaming everyone else, we will forget to concentrate on the parts that we Africans who are in Africa are supposed to play. We are blaming them for not coming back, our brothers. Have we made it so comfortable for them to come back? No, not for sure, probably. Most of them are where they are because of the current situation. And then we think they who have not been around for years are the ones who are going to come and change everything for us. I think we are the ones to help them. Change everything, make it conducive for them to come back. Yes. Actually, this Chinese man challenged me so much. What have we done? I know the colonialists didn't leave us with much, but then even the little that was left, we always blame them, they enslaved us and the mindset. Then what have we done to change the mindset? If we realize the problem, then what have we done to change the mindset? I want us to pause a bit, take the blame of everyone else and concentrate on ourselves. What are we supposed to do? We're not going to, every time Africa has a problem, it has to run outside. What are we doing, Africans who are home? What are we doing exactly? In Africa is where you find a youth with 10 acres of land and they're comfortable coming to the city and also join people who are unemployed and they want to riot and hence causing chaos. I'm not saying it's bad to protest, but then what are you doing with the 10 acres? They are probably stagnant, being not attended to, which 10 acres could redeem the entire family, if not the entire village, from the poverty. And then you're comfortable coming to the city. For what? For what? First of all, you can't put up with the status of the city because you're not earning. And then you're going to feel it comfortable to blame everyone else. I don't know if you guys are getting my point. Can we pause and take guns off everyone's head and point it to ourselves and see what we're supposed to do? See what we're supposed to change? To some extent, it's we Africans that have lagged Africa behind. Back to the point what this Chinese man was talking about, all the infrastructure that was left by the colonialists in Africa.
你看这么先进的铁路，我都1930几年就电气化铁路，我都是中国啥时候才有电气化铁路的？你看矿区那个铁路电气化那个双轨铁路，因为架得多好，你看现在顶上那个什么，哎呀，千疮百孔啊，破烂不堪啊，把原有留下的东西根本都没有更加的爱护保护去利用它，反而都遭到了毁灭性的。只有慢慢经过几代人。
For example, I'm going to talk to you for Uganda. See the Uganda Railway. That thing was so much functional. Transport was so, it was so helping. But why did it die out? Because a certain African wanted to start a bus business. Of course, who would board a bus that would take 6 hours to Kampala, where a train would take less? Or probably even charge less. So they had to find a way of failing it. Because they knew if it worked, this one African was missing. So why would you kill something that is helping millions of Africans and then you want to only protect one man? So is it still the Chinese to blame? And when I'm talking to the African people, I'm talking to everyone, including everyone working in the government, because it's you guys who have made us lose it all to the point of death, if I may say. Yes. Someone will treat you, I think, to the situation they have seen you treat yourself. Like the other time they got them in Uganda, illegally dealing with ivory. What are we missing? I mean, in most cases, I do not want to pause and blame them directly. How did they come? It is the Africans, fellow Africans, betraying us. We have become so selfish that we only look at what is benefiting an individual or their family, what of everyone else. And then we will be the very ones blaming our brothers and sisters who have run the troubles that we have created for ourselves. Yes, most of them are out because of the governments, the systems and all that. And who are in the government? It's Africans. So guys, can we pause a bit and also look at what role we are supposed to play before we blame it on the Chinese, the Europeans, the whatevers? Can we pause a bit and see what role we are supposed to play and act accordingly? That is my opinion. I do not differ from many of our fellow content creators who are pinpointing out the bad things that are done by the foreigners and probably the fellow Africans. But I see most of us have concentrated so much on blaming everyone else, and no one is putting a blame on ourselves. We've not been perfect. If all of us look back, trace back, we've not all been perfect. Since time memorials, we've been blaming everyone else. Can we pause and see what our responsibility is to the development of this great continent? Otherwise, if we keep blaming everyone else, it means we are not doing anything. We're just going to sit back like we are the perfect ones and wait for those people who claim messed up our continent to come and clear the mess. Who's going to clear the mess for you? It is us. So it's high time we woke up, took care of our property, took care of our environment, took care of our wildlife, because it is only an issue that concerns us. Who cares? It is us to care. When nobody else is caring, it's us to care. How do we care? By waking up and taking responsibility, but not waiting on to whoever, so and so, World Health Organization and all that. Let us wake up and do what we are supposed to do as Africans. Let's stop blaming everyone else. We also have a role to play in our current situation as Africa. We have also lagged ourselves behind. We have. I hope you picked a point or two. And let's work together to build a better Africa. Before we cry of unemployment, have you seen that if you are to attend to the 5 acres of land you have in the village, instead of coming to Kampala to make noise, if you are to tend to the 5 acres of land you have in the village, do you know you could be employing like 4 other youth? This is 8. Okay, 4. Even if it's 2. You are contributing to the development. Let's pause a bit. Let's get creative. Let's get innovative. And let's support each other. It's in Africa whereby if someone is trying to rise, it's a fellow African who will fight them. Who bewitched us? People who are coming out to protect Mother Africa are the ones who have fought so much a lot. Do you know how many people lost lives just to protect a few things? But because they were standing in way for the one man who had to be swept out. It's Africans fighting Africans. What's wrong with us? Okay, can we learn from the situation in America? And then treat each other fairly here? Of course we are seeing, oh, Africans are not treated fairly. Of course I also agree Black Lives Matter. But then, what are we going to say if we Africans, we blacks, when I talk of Africa, actually Africa is not only black people. When we Africans are fighting each other, what are we going to say? Because we are saying now Black Lives Matter because it's a white man maybe treating an African unjustly. But when we treat each other unjustly, when we destroy the things that other fellow Africans are supposed to be benefiting from them, when we treat each other unjustly, what are we going to say? So I think it's high time we woke up and took responsibility for Africa. Let's stop putting it on everyone else. No one will ever care for your house like you. Honestly, I think I do not have the right words to use. I may end up repeating myself all this time. I really don't have the right words to express my point, but I hope you got a point or two. Thank you so much for watching the vlog. I hope you learned a thing or two and you are willing to help take responsibility in developing Africa. Yes, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come and check out Erina TL. Yes, the village girl. Thank you.